Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Texas Songwriters Alliance Audio Impact on Lone Star Community Radio. This is our Thanksgiving edition. I'm your host, Alex Lozano, and before we get started with our special music guest, Bill Nelson, we have our shows that we recommend, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. Tonight is an open mic at a new place to me, Empty Glass in Tomball, hosted by Dylan. He never got back with me with his last name. And then Friday night, we have a great guitar player, Joe Gregoire, for the band Escape. They're absolutely the best Journey tribute band. If you're into Journey, they're going to be playing at Main Street Crossing, which is a fantastic venue also in Tomball. And then my good friend, who actually has had the most hits of all of my guests that I've had here, like over 1,700 views, Joe Kane from the legendary hard rock metal band from Houston called Mystic Cross. He's going to be with Lee Martin, guitar, singer, songwriter, at Swanee's, and a big shout out to his girl Shane Barr, who's always out there supporting him. That's Friday. Also, Blackie Lawless. If you like the band Wasp, they're going to be at House of Blues. Earplugs optional. Also Friday, Jim Salter at I Don't Know Yet Lounge. I'm ready to check that place out. I think that's they're in Spring, Texas. Saturday, they have the Motley Crue at the Barn. They're the number one Motley Crue tribute band from Houston, is what I hear, at the Barn Frio Grill. And then my good friends from the guys in Black Kennedy, who have also been on my show. That's Michael Kennedy, Adam Kennedy, and all those guys there, and Jared Pina. They have seed their tribute band, and they're going to be at Scout Bar this Saturday. The Spicolis, another band that's been around for a long time. They do 80s bash music. They're going to be at Moe's Vintage Park. And then TV Dolls, Quinn the Brain, Cactus Flowers, and the Midnight Papers are going to be at Shoeshine Charlie's Big Top Lounge there off of Main Street. Also at the Renaissance Festival, the Voodoo Island Cannibals at the Texas Renaissance Festival. So I am here with my friend Bill Nelson, who I've known for quite a few years. I've had the pleasure of working with him and his band, the Bill Nelson Band, for a few years when he was doing that. He's played in a few projects, and we're going to hear more about that. But first, we're going to start off and listen to one of his original songs on acoustic.
Yeah, hey Alex, thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
So this song is, I had Chinese food in Mexico, in Laredo, some years ago, and I'm walking down the street, and I heard the guy with a guitar playing, something that kind of inspired me, so I went back to Texas and was grinding on this little melody that I heard, and I decided to make a whole song around it, so I just call this The Border. Yeah, well, a couple little mistakes in there, but it's live.
Yeah, it had a little Spanish flavor in there.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
had some
definitely.
Flamenco. kinda.
Definitely. You know, most people don't realize that one of my first professional gigs ever, I was in high school, and some friends of mine in high school were part of a family mariachi band. And I was playing with them at the school, and they said, hey, you should come play with the family. So they got me the outfit and everything, and then I was, part of the Garcia's brother mariachis, and
La Familia.
and they called me the blue-eyed mariachi.
Oh, that's pretty good. We got a few songs that we're gonna jam of yours. I can't wait till we play those songs. So we'll be right back for that.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Hey, we're back with Bill Nelson, and we're going to check out some of his original music from his great body of work. Like I said before, I've had the honor and privilege of working with Bill for a few years back in the day, and he's just a great player. I've always enjoyed about your playing is your fat tone. You have a great guitar tone, and really, I don't think you're a bad singer. I heard you sing a little bit, and
Well, I made a promise to God some years ago that if I don't ever sing in public again, he won't strike me dead.
that's too funny. He's being way too hard on himself. What is the first song that we're going to hear?
So it's a Kendall Mason band song. You know, I was with Kendall for 6 years. Great singer, great rock singer, and we wrote 2 records together and recorded 2 records, and had a great run. He played tons of shows, and we got to a point where we both kind of felt like we wanted to do other things, and very amicable,
Sure.
Very cool. But so this is one of the songs from the first Kendall Mason Band record. It's called Puddle of Sin, and it's a great vocal by Kendall. And you talked about big guitar tone, so there's some of that in there for sure.
And good times.
If I said I am drowning, it would be there to break the storm for me. If I said I am bleeding, it would be there to plug my wound. If I said to hell with these demons, it would be there to stand and fight with me. If I said life lost its luster, it would be there to make me bright again. Could you save me, or would you watch me die in my blood love? Could you save me, or would you watch me die in my blood love? Could you save me, or would you watch me die in my blood love? Could you save me, would you watch me die in my blood love? If I said not another step, who would be there to carry me? If I screamed, somebody save me, who would be there to listen to me? If I said, why should I fly? Who
great song. Such a big, fat tone. Slide a little bit, right?
Yeah, played some slide on that. Also want to acknowledge the great Joel Campbell on drums on that track, Carl Veach on bass.
Oh, Carl Veach. I didn't know Carl
Yeah.
was part of the band. Or?
Yeah, he was with us for about 3 years.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
He's amazing.
He recorded that whole first record with us, and then, Joel on drums, big, fat kick drum sound. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I guess the next song we're going to do is Face the Sun. So this is an instrumental that I wrote that was kind of inspired by my love of Al Di Meola, and has there's 2 solos on the song. Well, first of all, the great Todd Harrison on drums, amazing drummer on this, and he has a solo in the song. It'll kill you. Okay. And then Keith Vivens on bass, and the great Kenny Cordray, rest in peace, plays the first solo in the song on a Stratocaster, which is a guitar that I have now. It's one of my main guitars now. Now that I'm playing country again. And then I take the second solo. So Face the Sun.
Yeah, Kenny Cordray was one of the baddest guitar players around. I mean, the whole planet, top guitar player. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but he was definitely one of them.
I asked him to give me something that was kind of along the lines of Jeff Beck on his solo, and he killed it. He nailed it. So
and we're about to jam this.
Yeah, we're about to hear it right now.
Wow.
Face
Oh my gosh, Kenny Cordray. That's next level. Everybody, it's like kind of like a super group.
Yeah, it really was. It was a lot of fun.
You know, he's up there right now going, oh, pretty good, pretty good stuff.
I think about him every day, man, every day.
I know he was your guitar sensei.
Yeah.
Then the next song.
Yeah, okay, next song. Kenny's also on this one.
Okay.
He also does the first solo on this song. It's called Frenchman Street. It's based on my adventures in New Orleans.
Cool. And there's another solo on there. Then you end it with one.
Yeah. He does the first one, and you can really tell the difference. He plays kind of a clean solo, and then
Right.
I go back to doing the crazy thing that I do. But yeah, Frenchman Street. Same people on it. Todd Harrison on drums, Keith Vivens on bass, me and Kenny.
Psycho, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's an interesting little piece.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas ticket.
Hey, what's this next song that we're going to be doing here?
So it's called Sweet Honky Tonk Dream. I wrote it with Zach Jones, who is my boss in Zach Jones and the 45s. And so, you know, I've been playing country again now for about a year. And so, little known fact, you know, when I started out as a teenager, I was playing mariachi music for money, but I was also doing garage jams where we're doing like 30-minute versions of Highway Star, and that wasn't really paying the bills. So I wanted to try to find a paying gig, so I got a country gig. And the guy that ran that outfit taught me a lot about how to play country. So then fast forward decades and decades later, I'm playing all these rock bands and blues bands, etc. And then about a year ago, I thought, you know, I'd really like to go, because I really like what's happening in country right now.
Yeah.
The economics are great. There's a lot of energy around it. And so I want to go back and play country. And so I hooked up with Zach. And here we are. We're, 200 gigs later and working on putting our first record out. It'll be out in the spring. The first thing, the song we're about to play now is the first single. It came out already. And it's doing really well on all the downloads. And so Sweet Honky Tonk Dream, here it is.
Yeah, that's great. I like the fact that you're, stretching your wings, you know, getting back to your roots,
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So I think that's right up your alley, man, doing a little country. And you're in the right state for that, so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she came walking in on a Saturday night, walked into the bar, grabbed a Miller Lite. And I was on the stage, singing my songs with the boys. Well, she made her way out to the front. She was laughing, she was smiling, she was having fun. Heaven help me, I think I've fallen in love.
Great song.
Thank you.
Some good flat picking there, and still had a little, like you were saying, Bill. Country is changing so much. Country rocks. They the guitar. It's exciting, and it's I think of Kenny Chesney and Brad Paisley. They bring that little bit,
Right.
making it kind of cool and
You
play a
know,
little bit. But I love what you're doing. Sounds great.
thank you. Zach is from here. He's from Conroe. And we play around here all the time. We're playing here Friday night at the Brand.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Definitely. What time does the show start? About 8?
Yeah, about 8, I think, yeah.
Okay. Let's get him on here next year.
Oh, we should. That'd be a great idea.
Could you do anything electric acoustic?
No, he can do all kinds of acoustic stuff.
Really?
And I can accompany him.
And you can
yeah.
accompany him on
Sure,
acoustic?
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see if we can set that up for February.
Yeah, okay. And the next couple singles will be out by then, and
Right. And what we'll do is we'll line up when you play with the Friday or Saturday before we air that Thursday. We'll make it like a special, and just bump him up.
perfect. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that was Joel Campbell again on drums on that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because Joel's also a really great sought-after country drummer.
Yeah. Right. Hired gun.
Yep. Okay, so next song is Empire. So we're going to go back to the sessions I did with Kenny and Todd and Keith. But this is only me and Todd on this. Todd played drums, and I played everything else. I played all the guitar parts and bass parts. And so it's a song called Empire, and it's got another fantastic Todd Harrison solo in it.
Okay. Holy smoke! It's like you said. It's like a local who's who. You know, like all-star Houston badasses on there. I mean, everybody. Keith Vivens, Todd. Who's
Kenny.
Kenny Cadre. Oh my God, just legendary players, man. Just did you ever have a chance to play with those cats when they were doing their Sunday thing there with TKO?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's going way back, man. That's,
Well, we've had Instant Karma, Mitch's place, that guy from Gone Blind. We got one more song to do before we go into an interview.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this last song, Bill.
So this is another Kendall Mason Band song. It's a song that I wrote the music, and then Kendall grabbed it up and laid this great melody and lyrics and great vocal line on it. And so it's called Sunshine on a Rainy Day.
Well, tell this day I'm so lost and so brave, and I'm filled with sorrow, and I'm filled with such pain. Well, I never.
Hey, it's Andrew here from the Audience of One show, inviting you to enjoy the mildly amusing antics of myself and Dick Schisler, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. on the Audience of One show. We bring you funny observational humor, odd news stories, and every now and again, one brave soul as a featured guest. Don't miss out on a few laughs and a great time right here on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM with the Audience of One show.
Hey, that was a fantastic song. Wow, just amazing players. Really, looking forward to this interview.
Yeah.
coming up, so.
I'm an open book. Fire away.
Yes, we will definitely talk about your open book. Blood and Fire, Murder and Betrayal at Osprey Point, Bill Nelson. That's a bird of prey, I do believe, right?
Osprey?
Osprey?
Yeah,
That?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know we have a military copter thing that doesn't always work all the time.
Yeah. No, ospreys are kind of like hawks, but they live down on the coast.
Bill, what was it? Your mom, your dad, or an uncle or an aunt that got you into music to begin? There had to be a starting point.
Couple of things. So my grandparents listened to music all the time when I was a kid growing up, and it was pretty broad stuff. I mean, they listened to a lot of country. They listened to a lot of Waylon and Willie and Merle and all that stuff. But they also listened to like Bad Company and
Mix it up.
And then I had an uncle when I was about 6 years old. My uncle had tickets to see Cream, and my mom had to work late. So my uncle, I was staying with him while my mom was working, so he just took me to the show.
Get out of here.
And I, walked in, sat on his shoulders and the whole night, because I was little, I was 6, right? And my uncle's a pretty big fella at that. So I just sat on his shoulders all night and watched Cream. I could not tell you what song they played or anything, but I remember the sound of Eric Clapton's Red 335. I didn't even know what a 335 was back then,
Right.
but I just remember that sound. And I thought, oh, that's way beyond cool. I have to figure that out. So simultaneous to that, we had a neighbor by the name of Mike Canoost, who was a guitar player in a band called Fever Tree, and they had a hit song out. And so Mike was always hanging around, or we were hanging around with him, or whatever that looked like. And Mike put a guitar in my hand for the first time and taught me to play the bass line to "Sunshine of Your Love" by Cream, and he taught me how to play "House of the Rising Sun," which is kind of really the first real guitar song I ever learned how to play was "House of the Rising Sun." And that's kind of how it all started. That was about 1969.
Eric Burden, right?
Yep, Eric Burton and the Animals. Yeah.
The Animals.
Yep.
Wow, that's where you got to. That's crazy. That's a while back, and look at how far you've come so far.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of my first guitar rigs ever was one of Mike's hand-me-down rigs. It was a Sun 200S head and a Fender Dual Showman cabinet, and it was had been a Fever Tree. It had the Fever Tree stencil on it and everything.
Right.
And had been a Fever Tree touring rig, and Mike gave it to me, and I played through that rig until I was well into my 20s.
Wow, that's a great little story there. In no particular order, because I definitely know one of your main influences, but when it comes to guitar playing, and because there's so many amazing players out there, tell me who some of your biggest influence guitar.
Well, it's a long list, man, because I've been influenced by a lot of players, and I'm kind of a sponge for all that kind of thing.
It's only an hour show, Bill.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just
yeah. So to begin with, Clapton for sure, and then Beck and Gilmore.
Wow, Jeff
and,
Beck
and Eric Johnson, Al Di Meola for sure, Larry Carlton.
All monsters.
Yeah.
You're naming just all.
And then a little bit later on, Slash and and then Bonamassa, of course. I think Bonamassa is one of the greatest that's ever tried it.
Yeah, he's absolutely amazing.
But that also had influences like Glenn Campbell and Roy Clark too.
Roy Clark, psh.
And so yeah, that's you know,
Kenny for sure,
Kenny for sure. I mean, you know, Kenny was a great coach for me.
like a big brother coach.
Yeah, he helped me a lot with my timing.
Took you under his wing.
And he taught me really the importance of being perfectly in tune at all times. And you know, Kenny was a genius level player, but also just a real craftsman in terms of mastering all the details of how to do it professionally, how to do it right. And I carry all that around with me to this day for sure. And then I was able to help him a little bit with his tone because, you know, Kenny, being from a different generation, had damaged his hearing, and there were certain frequencies that he couldn't hear, and so he would turn them up way too, and I said, no, that's too bright.
Right.
So, you know, let's dial that down a little bit. And then we shared a lot of equipment over the years. He'd play through my gear, I'd play through his. And
Or just kind of Frankensteining each other.
yeah, I mean, it kind of merged together at some
Morphed.
point. Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
and he and I bought a Marshall head in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. We bought it as a partnership thing, and then the deal was whichever one of us survived the other would get to keep it, right? And
Right.
and it, you know, I lost that bet because he's passed on now, but I have that amp, and it was an amp that had belonged to Sonny Landreth and had been modded by Kendrick in Austin, and it's a 1975 Marshall JMP Series Lead 2 50-watt head.
Collector's item.
Just Kenny and I, you know, would always try to, you know, figure out which one of us is going to get to play that head next. 'Cause it sounds amazing, and I've used it in the studio a ton. So it's one of those heads that really records really well.
Fantastic. I'm sure you've had a few guitars that have come across your path. What are your favorite guitars that you're playing right now? I know you tell us a little bit about that unique acoustic guitar, your Ventura.
Well, yeah, that was a Ventura from the '70s. They were made by Martin.
Right.
And
like a spin-off.
That particular guitar, I've had it since 1977, and I've traveled all over the freaking place with it, and I've managed to hang on to it, still have it, and it's not too worse for wear, and it's just kissed by Jesus. I mean, it just sounds incredible. And another piece I've used in the studio a lot. Anytime I need to record an acoustic piece, I put a big fat AKG condenser on it, and it just sounds amazing on tape.
Right. You lucked out.
Although my acoustic guitar playing skills are somewhat lacking these days because I just don't do it enough.
Yeah, Bill told me a few weeks ago, hey, man, I don't know about the acoustic thing 'cause I've been doing the electric, and, we'll see. But, yeah, you sounded great, buddy.
Thanks.
I would definitely work up a little acoustic set just for the heck of it, just only because that guitar sounds so good. It'd be a little change of pace for the show. Don't you have a show coming up this weekend not too far from here?
Yeah, we'll be at the Brand here in Conroe. Zach Jones and the 45s at the Brand, which is kind of over there by the Conroe Airport.
Okay.
And it's a fun place. It's a cool place to see a band. Last time we played there, the video from that just sounded huge, sounded really good. If you haven't seen Zach Jones and the 45s, we're one of the hardest charging country bands around.
Right.
And we got some cool things coming up next year, more songs coming out. We're going to be doing some interesting things with the band, with the lineup, and it's just going to level up next year. We're going to try to do another 200 dates next year. But
yeah, you're really ain't messing around. You're really getting the road warrior mentality.
Yeah. So, Alex, I've done all kinds of things for money in my life, and the thing I still love to do more than anything else is play guitar.
Right.
And I'm an empty nester now. My son is off in the Navy. He was my last kid, and there's no reason why I just shouldn't play all the time now. So
no, it's one of your passions, and you're good at it, and you just have so much. You have so much fun, and also too the cats that you've built these relationships with over you You can jam with so many cats, drum, bass. There's a half a dozen cats you could jam with that are worthy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's such a big music town. I want to let people know also about Bill that you guys don't know. He is a newly published author. He has a book out called Blood and Fire. Once again, Murder and Betrayal at Osprey Point by Bill Nelson. I can't wait to get into it, and just want to let you know, we got a signed copy for me and my Kimberly. We're going to read it to each other, and we were talking about it that I have a feeling this is going to be so good, because some people call me, you've heard of Nostradamus, right? Well, sometimes they call me Nostrastonus. And with that being said, I'm telling you, I already know, and I don't care, I don't know how, but when you decide to make a movie or Netflix thing of this stuff, I want to be a part of it.
Well, I'm trying to do that.
I believe it.
I'm trying to sell it to Netflix or whoever.
Well, I'm going to help you in any way I can.
I've had a conversation with a few different people about that and trying to get the screenplay built out for it right now.
Awesome.
And so that's another project maybe that may be coming down the pike next year.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the book. I know it's...
Well, at a high level, it is Yellowstone on the Gulf of Mexico. It's about a fishing family that runs a big fishing operation with 100 boats. Very successful. They get into
and they get their haters and all that. Like you said, Yellowstone on the coast.
Yeah.
You nailed it, man.
Yeah, and they get into a conflict with the Gulf Cartel over piracy and stuff, and so that gets pretty ugly. But but there's more to the book than that. That's like the surface level story.
Yeah.
If you dig down in it, it's really about the main character, about his duality and the fact that he's capable of doing really horrible things.
Right.
But he's also capable of deep love and doing great things.
He doesn't want to do that, but he was forced to. His hand was forced, and he's got these particular skills, you know, that you don't want to mess with this guy. I don't care who you are.
Or he knows people who do, right?
Yeah,
and,
right.
And but then there's also a love story in there. There's also, you know, the relationships he has with his kids and his family. And so there, if you dig down, you know, by the time you get to about chapter 7 or so, you start to realize that it's not the book that you thought it was going to be when you started reading it.
Little misdirection, which I love that kind of stuff. So that's fantastic. You know, this is a Thanksgiving special that we're having here with Bill Nelson. And, man, I really loved having you here, brother. You know, there was no doubt as soon as I got this show, and Dick was nice enough to let me have the show on his Badass Radio station, that I was going to have you out here, buddy. I believe you have a lot to be thankful for. Why don't you do a little shout out, just real quick, and just some people that you know that would you know, that are important to you in your life. You know, it's something that we do on this show.
Yeah, so I'm I'm mostly thankful to be alive. I mean, and I don't mean that
right, just seriously.
I'm not being silly about
Right.
that. I really mean that, you know. And I like being alive. I have a good time, and
You
and
love playing the guitar. We know that.
and I shouldn't be alive. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why. You know, and I have survived a lot of people. I've been to a lot of funerals. So for me to still be here and still be upright and fairly spry and pretty healthy and able to do the things I want to do is it definitely is a miracle without a doubt. And, you know, and God has always had his hand on me for sure.
Sure.
And
I know you count your blessings, not your burdens, Bill. You know, and that's one of the things that's always drawn me to you, is that you're super articulate. You're a wordsmith in your own right, not necessarily like a lyricist and stuff like that, but just the way you write, the way you, I haven't even read this one, and I'm already looking forward to the next book, because I know it's going to be kick-ass, and I already know this is going to be killer. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I believe you're going to get some kind of a deal, whether it's an independent movie or Netflix. There's no doubt that it's worthy of that. I think you've got that kind of writing, that where you mix in the love story with the action.
Well, read it and then tell me.
Oh, I am. There's no doubt. Now, well, like I said, me and Kim are going to be reading it to each other. I'm super.
There are a lot of good reviews.
Right. And me, myself, personally, because we're about to end the show here, I want to tell people who I'm thankful for, my girl, my mom, my daughter, Christy, all the people, my big brother, Steve, my sister, Lenora, Katie, Brandon, just all of the people that have supported me over the years, doing the Houston music scene thing since 1994. I got my start at Millennium, and more now than ever, I'm super thankful for all of the blessings that I have. And Bill, thank you again for being on Audio Impact on Lone Star Community Radio. It's been an absolute pleasure. Be sure to go check out his book. This one more time, Blood and Fire, Murder and Betrayal on Osprey Point. I know it's going to be a made-for-TV Netflix or independent movie, and it's going to be awesome, Bill. Thank you so much for your time, and that's a wrap, guys.
Thank you.